The news yesterday was surprising. Isak decided to leave Newcastle. That news broke yesterday. Then everybody was surprised. What is happening? What is happening? Because Liverpool came with a record bid for Isak and they rejected because Isak wanted to stay. Then they came back again. They rejected it. Everybody thought that maybe Isak is going to stay at Newcastle. But yesterday the news broke that he is going to leave Newcastle. He wants to explore other things, other options. I didn't know what happens, but we are going to talk about what Isak is thinking and what Newcastle is going to do, and if Liverpool will continue with probably buy sesko or other transfers targets. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin, and today we're going to talk about more transfers, football transfers all around Europe. Good morning, John. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. A fantastic morning to you, dear listener, and to all the Super Sports fans out there, especially to those joining us live on YouTube. Good morning.
Good morning, also.
Good morning, Godwin. Let's get it started already because there's plenty I want to say on the show.
There are plenty things to talk about today. Interesting news everywhere. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We are going to open the phone line. I know everybody wants to give have a contribution to make about that Isak move, because when that news broke yesterday, everybody was just surprised. Okay, let's start with Isak. Newcastle yesterday told us, the news broke yesterday that Isak wants to leave Newcastle. Nobody knows why. At some point, he left the training ground at preseason training ground in Asia, and the game they wanted to play at the weekend and left. People were saying that the rumors was injury, but yesterday that he broke that he's going to leave Newcastle. Even though the only team that is still rumored to want Isak now is Liverpool, even though they have bought Ekitike for about 95 million euros. I don't know what Isak is thinking, what Newcastle is thinking, but they are saying that if Isak leaves Newcastle, they are going to buy Sesko. It's going to be an interesting summer. Maybe before the end of the summer, it's going to be a very, very interesting. This year is one of the best transfer stories everywhere around Europe. Okay, John, if you look at that deal yesterday, he broke yesterday that Isak wanted to leave. It was a bit of a surprise for everybody because everybody thought that Newcastle is going to hold on to Isak. And yesterday we are hearing that he wants to leave. So what do you think? In this story, what do you make of this story?
Okay, first and foremost, before we start coming up with conspiracy theories here and there, the fundamentals that happened was that because of his current injury, he was told to take some time away from this tour while the rest of the team go on this tour. Secondly, with the rumor flying around that Liverpool had come in for him initially, it would be somehow to be injured at the tour, sitting down on the pitch, watching the team, all those unnecessary strain from the media and all of that. That's why, according to, if you caught Eddie Howe's interview yesterday, he said that was the thinking behind leaving him out of the squad, so that he's injured, he can rest, and then he could also be away from the spotlight while they look at what's currently going on. The bid came in, Newcastle rejected it immediately, and they've gone ahead to suffer a loss of Hugo Ekitike to Liverpool, and they are planning the new season with Isak in mind, looking out for Wissa. Of course, we just got word yesterday that Wissa's £25 million bid was rejected by Brentford, and on the back of all of this, I think Isak has had some time for introspection, and he's come out and told the club that, look, he wants to leave. He feels that the time is right for him to move on, and the club feel like they are in a strong position to say no, because he's still on a 3-year contract. He's still the top man at Newcastle, and even if he were on the market, they would need to now go out for 2 signings, because the initial plan was to get Wissa to complement him or Ekitike to complement him. And now that he's saying that he wants to go, I feel that Newcastle have the ball in their court, because he's on a long contract. They can say, look, you're not going this summer, maybe next summer. But right now, the reality on ground is that the man has felt that it's time for him to move.
And so what do you make of that news yesterday?
You go stay.
You know they go anywhere.
You go nowhere, bruv. You go stay. Because at first, if you are set, because players who wants to leave the club, look at every player that is submitting transfer bid, Sesko there. They are open to transfer, and they've told their club that if any bid comes in, I'm leaving. Before the summer, not halfway through the summer, not towards the end of the summer. Before the summer, not when the team is about to travel for pre-season. Before the end of the season, you tell your club, if transfer bid come, I don't go. Jackpot syndrome is what we call it. Now for Isak, a bid came in because he wanted to stay at Newcastle. He had injuries, minor, maybe major injury, minor injury. You want to stay at the club. They now call you, bros, are you coming to Liverpool? You say no, which is the only, at the moment, the only team looking out for him right now is Liverpool.
Yes.
The only team. You say there are rumors in Italy. I'll not tell you that that's the only thing, but there are rumors in Italy. There's Inter Milan also looking for signings. There's Allegri, who is at AC Milan, who is saying, okay, if Rafael doesn't work, who will work in his place? He's looking for signings as well. So there are rumors of top players.
Those people cannot buy.
They can't buy now. Na by mouth.
See, bro, Godwin, you can't say for sure they can't buy.
They can't.
You don't know how much.
Sure.
You don't know how much they Inter Milan they pocket.
Isak's asking price is 150 million
euros.
150 million pounds, not euros.
150 million
That's
euros.
150 million
The
pounds.
Italian club cannot buy that kind of. Just give that one.
Newcastle asking price, and the only team that can afford to pay that is in the Premier League.
See,
Not even in the Serie A.
the 150 million euros is his asking price because Liverpool went and they told you 120 million pounds. Now, if 120 million pounds is the asking price, Inter Milan can afford it.
They can't.
AC Milan, now you don't know what they are. They can just sign one player and close the
They
market.
can't.
Oh,
Leave
wow.
that
You
one.
get,
Can't.
but let's say I say rumors. I'm not saying it's for sure. Nothing is certain now, but rumors about Italian teams looking out for him to bring him in, and maybe a negotiation of maybe 90 million euros they can suffice and spread the payment. But at first, Liverpool came with inquiry, and they said approximately plus or minus 120 million pounds. And Liverpool said, okay, fine, we'll pay, I think, about 90 million pounds at the time when the Liverpool came in, and they said it's not going to be enough. It's not going to cut it for 90 million pounds. And they went for Ekitike, saving themselves some cost, paying about 87 million pounds for Ekitike. And they've rested. Now, after that transfer has gone through, you now want to, if you had said you wanted to go, Liverpool would have sold for 100 million. Because plus or minus, if you had calculated plus the add-ons, Liverpool went with the first sold, it's about 100 million pounds. Plus add-ons plus bonuses, it's about 100 million pounds. If he had said he wanted to go, trust me, they would have accepted that bid in first try.
Okay, Liverpool is probably going to make another bid if they can make that bid. Now, if the rumors there is that Newcastle is now asking for 150 million pounds, not 120. That's the rumor this morning.
Yes.
It's 150 million pounds.
150 million pounds.
They have
That's
increased
the
the
thing.
asking price. So if Liverpool wants to make that deal happen, they have to pay 150 million pounds. That's about 170 something million euros.
Yes.
It's a huge money
Almost
for them.
200 million euros.
It's a huge money for them to spend. But do you think that Liverpool should make that deal? Because they spent 95 million euros for Ekitike. Ekitike, he's in the club now. He's joined them the team in their preseason. Now this news broke because they wanted to buy Isak, not Ekitike, because the plan was to buy Isak, and Newcastle will buy Ekitike. That was the initial plan, how it would have planned out. But now Ekitike is in Liverpool, and Liverpool is still trying to buy. The rumors that only Liverpool can make an official bid to buy. Do you think that he should go to Liverpool now they have Ekitike, or Liverpool should buy him? Do you think it's a financial footballing term? Is it good for Liverpool?
Before let's think about this from first principles, right? When you look at it from first principles, you look at your forward line. First principle is breaking down any topic down to the foundational elements, right? If you look at your team as a team that's playing in the Premier League this season, looking to compete on multiple fronts, how many strikers do you have in that forward line? And what is their productivity? If you look at it alongside last season's stats, Liverpool just have Ekitike up front. Because even the man you're talking about staying back, Darwin Núñez, is not staying back on 2 solid feet because anything can happen. So if I were a slot right now, I would personally, in my opinion, right, get Isak to come in and move Darwin Núñez on. Isak Ekitike moving on. Is now going to be poetic that the forward line that Newcastle wanted to assemble is what Liverpool can assemble right now and use in the Premier League, you know. But I would get Isak in, get him alongside Ekitike, move Darwin Núñez on, and you keep your team
and
the
I
way
think
it
Liverpool
is.
can, because if they accept the bid from Diaz from about 75 million euros up there, about 60.
They'll match it with about 75
they'll sell what's his name? Núñez. Will be around 50 million pounds.
60 million.
60 million pounds. Let's say 60 million pounds. Sell Diaz around 60 million pounds. They have 120 already. They can just find probably somewhere find 30 million pounds and add on and pay. And they can negotiate. And they cannot pay. And they might not pay in one installment. They might pay 100 and spread
Of course.
50.
Let's not forget that in this same PSL context, They only spent 35 million last season, and I'm not sure they paid full payment for those 35 million spent last season. So they still have enough room in the PSR. You understand me? And I believe that they can get the deal done if they want to get it done. The question now is going to be, do we have suitors already for Darwin Nunes? I do not think Liverpool want to lose Diaz and Nunes at the same time. They would rather look for a better bid for one player, let that player go, and then bring in
Or
Isak.
probably they can sell both of them, find cheaper option from the wing, because if it happens, they might put Foreign Wits to the left side of the attack. There is Zoboslai at number 10, the way they played it last season. Move Foreign Wits by on from the left, Salah from the right, and they don't even need to buy, just buy Ekitike and Isak for that front line, and they are good to go. But it depending how it's going to happen. It broke yesterday that Isak wants to leave, and only Liverpool now, and some rumors are from Syria A, which they don't have money there, they don't get money. And for Saudi will not go to Saudi. That's the only two countries that rumored to buy Isak. But now the only top club that want Isak is Liverpool, and they have to pay almost 150 million pounds for them to get Isak. It was 120, but I think Newcastle have moved it to 150 if they want him. Now, if Isak leaves Newcastle, they want to buy Sesko. Now Sesko and Leipzig have a gentleman agreement that they can bring it down a little bit from that 100 million euros to about 80. They can be depending on who is coming in. But if Isak leaves and they get Sesko, I think it's still a good deal for. I think they get Sesko and Wisha. I think it's a good deal for Newcastle going to the next season.
Sesko coming to Newcastle is a good move. The question is, nobody should expect fireworks from the get-go, even though he can come in and slotting into that team and be doing well. I'll be more in a hurry to close Wisha and then pursue the Sesko deal than to pursue the Sesko deal and then try to follow up with Wisha, because Wisha is already Premier League proven.
Yeah.
And Sesko is still going to adapt, but getting Sesko will be a good one. The problem now is that there is also rumors of Manchester United interest in Sesko, so it will be interesting to see where he ends up at the end of the day.
Man United don't kill the interest of getting a striker in this summer. That's one thing you should know for certain. They've killed the interest of getting a striker in this summer.
You can't speak for the club, man.
I can speak for the club if I know what is happening in the club, and I'm telling you for a fact that they've closed the interest of getting in a striker this summer. They've fixed the attacking line. They want to focus on the midfield or perhaps the goalkeeping position so far before they can talk about any other position. And for Benjamin, I feel like he's so urgent to leave the German league. He wants to play in the Premier League. Isak is still going to be in no matter. You know why I just kept quiet about this whole back and forth? Because I am sure that Isak will play the Premier League in Newcastle next season.
I'm thinking the same thing.
So why beat around it, drag around it? You want to sign another player? Fine, bring them in. You want to bring in other players? Players are submitted. Because I feel like if you want to leave a club towards the end of the season, you would have made moves. Look at the player they want to ship out of Man United. Look at the players that are leaving Liverpool when they left Liverpool. Before the end of the season, they already like the likes of Wijnaldum. Before the end of the season, you could see that his mind is somewhere else. So at the end of the season, they just had to bros. They go. You know, all those players go back and see. Unless the team like they just emergency bid, like team we need money, like Southampton now we need money. Emergency bid just go for their best player for last season. They go sell. But Newcastle is not in a hurry. They have the money, they have the finance, they have the contract. You get, and they are not fighting relegation battle like Leicester City that had to sell at some point to Aston Villa, Elements and all of those people. So for me, all this bid about, there will always be rumors about players moving. And for Sesko coming to Premier League, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy for him jumping ships from Germany to Premier League. He's going to come in and play good football. I'm not going to doubt his potential, because now I sound like as if I'm doubting his potential. He's going to do well in the Premier League, but it's not going to be easy at first. So is he coming to the Premier League? He should come now, where the ground is still, where everybody is still making move, and they say, okay, there are plenty of foreign players in the Premier League. First season, you can be calculated among those foreign players as, let's come in and see if maybe our first season is not good enough. We flopped in our first season. We can now give you that, that leeway that, okay, it's first season. Let's see how the next season goes, like we did for Darwin Nunes.
Okay, Sesko might come if Isak leaves. That news broke yesterday that Isak is going to leave. Liverpool have to make a British record bid for him if Newcastle have to sell. That means about 150 million pounds if they are going to sell out. Almost it's a plenty money. It's possible. That's what we are talking about. PSG triggered Neymar's transfer. That's why they started putting 1 billion in everybody's transfer. Because nobody believed it at that point.
200 million.
You know the funny thing. You don't need to talk to the club to trigger that. Just trigger it. FA. Simple.
So so you cannot say nobody can buy, because when they triggered that Neymar, even me, I was surprised. Even Barcelona was surprised that a club could actually pay that much for a player.
You know how many years they looked for him? They searched for him distributor summer.
It's very, very possible for Liverpool to play. As I said before, they can sell Diaz for about 60 million pounds. Sell Nunes about around that money.
Pay 70 million, 75. Nunes 60, that's 135.
And spread out probably 50 that is remaining. Pay that is 50 for the next 2 or 3 years, which is very, very possible. Nobody plays in one installment now. So like you pay a huge amount and just spread up the rest. So it's very, very possible. But let's see how that deal is going to pan out, because Isak wants to leave, and if Liverpool buys more Isak, they are going to be Ekitike and Isak as their striking force next season. Is going to be huge. The Premier League go hot next season. I can't wait for 17th August to start, because everybody is buying. Arsenal is buying, Liverpool is buying, Man City have already finished their buy, or probably they might buy 1 or 2 more players. Manchester United, I don't know what they do, but they have bought 2 strikers. Chelsea is obvious. Chelsea have been buying, so everybody is buying. But for Isak, let's see if that deal will go through. As so I've said, I have this feeling that he will still stay about, because I don't think
it's not feeling. If I look
at generally Liverpool spending 95 million euros and trying to spend another 160 something million in one summer, is going to be tough, but it's possible. But let's see
for one position.
Yeah, for one position. Let's see how that deal is going to go through. Isak wants to leave, and Liverpool is going to make that bid. Okay, away from Liverpool, let's talk about other clubs that is making transfer. Again, Chelsea wants to buy, not buy, Chelsea have already bought another 80-year-old winger from Crystal Palace. His name is, he's a small boy. His name is just Jesse Dari. He's going to move to Chelsea. Chelsea has just been buying players. I mean, they go buy just.
They count this one as buying now.
They go sell them now. That's what they are doing.
They will sell him on.
When I saw this, they're like, why
buy you? Why I want to look at
why I want to talk about this?
Because you're buying him for the, not even for the results. You're buying him for the academy.
You know what I mean? Now why
I want to talk about
this transfer window?
Why I want to talk about this?
Not
necessarily about Chelsea buying it. I think that Chelsea have found a way to do business with these players. Because this boy is 18 years old. That means he's right to play for a first team football.
Yes.
And if you look at the rumours yesterday, 8 European teams were bidding for him and they bought him. That means they offered him something. That's why I want to know what in Chelsea they tell these boys. You get waiting they tell them that I don't understand.
You have to go to the chief of recruitment.
You can't even find out.
No, that's what I'm saying. You have to go to.
Wondering, what is Chelsea telling this young boy?
You have to go to the chief of after scout. They'll give it to recruitment
Chelsea
staff.
You know the funny thing.
You have to go to the chief of recruitment to know what he tells this.
You know the funny thing, Godwin. When you build a brand that people can see themselves in, it's easy for you to get people more of what you want coming in. Chelsea have built a brand not just in trophies, in winning, but also in some of them get chance to play in the big team. Some of them move on to better team. So the fact that you mentioned Chelsea in the same breath with some of these players is a picture they can see themselves in. Whether it works in
to go, let everybody rest.
Yeah, I think Bayern Munich are coming back in because they can sense that the player is willing to move. It's now Liverpool finding the right price and getting value for Luis Diaz. Like I will say, and like my principal will always say, there's no need keeping a player who doesn't want to be around in the club. Move them on and get an upgrade in that position, because at the end of the day, there's nobody bigger than the club. So move him on, get somebody else in.
Okay, let's see what happens with that deal. Okay, for Arsenal, GYOKERES is going to have his medical today or tomorrow, and that deal is going to one of the biggest deal for Arsenal. You know, that celebration is going to hit sweet when he scores his first goal at the Emirates. Everybody, you know, that's going to be a movement. So I don't know what happened.
Make that movement, drink trophy.
That's the thing.
Make the movement, drink trophy.
That's the main
thing.
thing.
Just bring movement. Make it drink trophy.
So let's see. He's going to have his own medicals today or tomorrow for Arsenal. Hopefully, he's going to go there and do well for them. Okay, other rumors. Manchester United are looking for a striker, and they actually inquired about Watkins, but Aston Villa is not going to sell. I don't even know why they are going for Watkins, but Watkins is 29, he's almost 30 years old. I think he's old for Manchester United, but
Yeah.
the rumors there is that Manchester United want Watkins, and Aston Villa will not sell.
Aston Villa shouldn't sell, because if they lose, they've already lost John Duran. I don't think John Duran has been replaced.
Malen no dey.
Malen no be striker, bro.
Malen no
Don't even
dey.
get me started on
Now
that.
you go sign, because as you said, John
Malen no
Duran.
be striker, so
Wait,
don't even get
as
me
you said,
started.
John Duran.
Even the Malen, they still need another striker.
As you said, John
Even
Duran.
with Malen, you still need another striker,
you went into
and we are
get.
talking about losing Ole Watkins now to Manchester United.
You go shock yourself, go
For
see
me,
lose Morgan Rogers.
You know me, if they can lose Morgan Rogers, that's not my problem.
Leon Bailey, all these players they
You know
get
me,
there last season, they go lose them.
my focus is that they should not lose Ole Watkins, and if they are serious about mounting a challenge for whatever they want to push for this season, they shouldn't lose their good players, and they should strengthen.
I'm sensing that this Babylon of they should not lose Ole Watkins. Ole Watkins should not be losing now, because now Man United they go for him.
Baba, even if say no, this is it's not even because of Manchester United. If I were managing Manchester United, if you are above 28, you're not playing for me. QED. That's just my own bias. That's my personal bias. So I'm not going for an Ole Watkins. There is a Benjamin Sesko available. There are other options, Pavlidis. There is also Sergio Guirassy. There was this man that just moved to Juventus before they lost him to Juventus. Jonathan David. If you look in the Premier League, there are other strikers that are available. Isak is available, for crying out loud. There was a time in England when Manchester United could bank a player like Isak. What happened?
They have lost that aura. They have lost that aura.
The aura has been found out.
They cannot back. Come on. Truthfully, big players who don't go to will not go to Manchester United. For example, players that are ambitious for now. They need to build. If you build with these players, Mbeumo is 26, 27 years. Cunha is around that age. If they build Manchester United next 1 or 2 years, then they are now in the top 4 team. Then you can now sell those players because they are in their 30s and buy superstars and build. That's how you build. You cannot Isak to come to Manchester United, you need to pay.
So Muscular, where you buy a superstar, Arsenal.
Now squad player now.
A squad player, and beside him being a squad player, now prospecting.
I agree. Pedro, which Chelsea buy na superstar.
Chelsea is going up.
Now they ask Pedro,
which is going down.
Pedro, which Chelsea buy. Him and last season, because I use last season numbers compare. Pedro, which Chelsea buy, and Mbeumo, where Man you buy. Who will you go talk to?
All of them are the same level.
They are the same level.
Okay, now they are the same level. See, if you hold Godwin for where he go
last season.
He don't over-index since.
Let's call it what.
If you hold Godwin for where he's supposed to hold am, he go find excuse. Even you, John. See, what I'm saying is, you have 2 strikers who are under 25.
Seski.
Who and who? Please, who and who?
Orobosa.
Who and who?
Wait now,
I'm asking who and who.
Wait now, I said you have 2 strikers who are under 25.
Yes, who and who, please?
Orobosa and wait there. I don't know the native name. I forgot the native name. Let me call the names the people know. Joshua Zexki and Rashford.
I don't forget Zexki say I get striker.
Now these are
and 2, I cannot say the same of
John, let me finish.
It's not about finishing. No. These
are 2 strikers. These are 2 strikers. When you got them, look at Zexki's numbers last season in Bologna. These are 2 strikers they got in. Zexki can come in and play as a 10. He can play as, like I said, he can play. No, you talk on this show. If you play him in the 9, it didn't work. You can play him as a 10. You can play from the flanks. Zexki can come and play as a 10. Zexki can play as a 9. Højlund the same thing. But what they lack right now is the experienced leader to lead them.
Oh wow.
Now,
why would I spend 150 million and still need to get a leader to come and lead these guys? Is that not counterproductive?
Oli Watkins.
It's counterproductive.
Oli Watkins is one of those players you say he's like all of you saying this. You get he can be a leader on the side. There was a time we used to say Man United were rotated with old men that couldn't run. I suppose say that they are too young to have a leader in their side. Now this person is trying to balance the up and down. There's Horimawe in defense, who is a leader. There's a John what's it called Delete. Mattis Delete in defense, who's also a leader to some extent. In midfield, you have a Casemiro and a Bruno Fernandes. Up front, who do you have? And Marcus Rashford at some point that is not even that is off, mostly off.
Marcus Rashford was never a leader, bro.
Now he's out of the team. You have two Efulefus. Let's put it like that. You have two upcoming players. That's one has played 2 years and not done well. The other one has played 1 year and has flopped.
So Watkins is a good team.
He can just come in and be a leader in the side.
But the problem
in every
like,
team you have leaders. Wait,
he can come in and be a leader in the side.
In every
Manchester
team,
United do not need a leader in their attack. They need a productive goal scorer in their attack, not a leader.
In every team, you have a leader in each position.
Oh wow!
In every team, you have a leader
or
someone in the mode of a leader.
Man U is not a retirement
position.
Home.
Look at Real Madrid. Look at every big team.
Man U is not a retirement.
No matter how you want to see
it,
look at every. No matter how you want to see it, look at every big team. They have someone in the mode of leadership.
Who is the leader in attack for Arsenal right now?
In attack for Arsenal,
yes,
they just got one in.
They've
been lacking.
Just got one in.
Wait, John. Like I said, they've been lacking.
They just got one
in. The GYOKERES, they've been lacking in that position for a very long time. In midfield, they had leaders in midfield.
In Chelsea, who is the leader for the attack?
In Chelsea,
yes,
they had one last season in Pedro Neto.
In Pedro Neto?
Yes, they had one last season in Pedro Neto.
Yeah. Why isn't Pedro Neto 30 or 29?
In Liverpool, they had one in Mo Salah. Before Mo Salah, they had a combined leader of Mo Salah, Mane, and
Baba.
The age.
Let me argue.
Because you want to talk about the age now. The age is not what makes you a leader.
Declan
has been leading.
Age is not leadership.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said,
nobody buys
John,
an attacker to be a leader.
You asked the question about
nobody buys an attacker to be on the bench and lead the team.
John, you asked the question about
nobody buys an attacker or a midfielder to lead the team from the bench. Nobody buys.
You asked about who is the leader in Chelsea.
Nobody buys.
I'm just this.
And you asked me, wait, and I told you, I said at what age?
And
that was your question.
And Manchester United, yes.
And I told you it doesn't have to. The age does not have to affect.
You are the one contradicting yourself.
At the age does not have to.
Because you said that going for Watkins at 29, going for Watkins at 29 is leadership in the attack because you have 2 young goalkeepers, and you're contradicting yourself by saying that the 2 young strikers in Manchester United cannot be a leader because they are underage. That's what you're saying.
And like I said,
by implication, that's what you're saying.
They can learn.
Aston Villa's 29-year-old Watkins must come to Man U to be a leader because the 2 guys who are there cannot be a leader because of their age.
They need someone to learn from.
But I'm telling you that right now, nobody buys a player for leadership. You buy a player for productivity and output.
As you're productive, you cannot teach.
And the 2 guys that are up there are not productive.
We're talking about Man United.
I would rather sell both and get 1 productive player. They don't need leadership.
And that will be counterproductive.
1 productive player, QED.
Now let's look at
one Alexander Isak that can give me 30 goals a season, and everything about leadership can be domiciled to the midfield. Simple.
Let's talk about when I talk about leadership, you look at the midfielders they have at Man United. Ask anybody the question now, they'll tell you, I look at Casemiro, he's a leader, he has one or things to teach.
Casemiro that is diminishing returns on the bottom line for Manchester United.
Casemiro, now wait till the young players go tell you. Because what? From his experience, he taught them something. It's something with Bruno, the same thing with Ericsson. These players will tell you these things.
Let me say something about this age thing. For example,
age is not just what makes you a leader.
People have different characters. For example, Messi is a leader in quote, in productivity, but it's not a leader in talking.
Thank you.
Everybody has a way. You can live by example. The way you live your life, the way you treat people can learn.
Not be everybody will get out to come and talk.
Not that's why you can be depending on how you want to see. Nobody can not everybody can sit and be teaching young players. They can live. What I'm saying that if you are a person, you have a right example, you come to training early, you produce well in the pitch, people will just learn from you naturally. You don't need to bring in someone, except that because you cannot bring in players, you don't know their work ethic. It's when you start training. So the example I can only see in everything. For example, everybody will talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. It's not that he talks. Everybody will keep talking about his work ethic.
It's by practice, man. 8 o'clock in the morning, you know he has been there 2 hours before. The truth is that most players are about 27, 28. They have done this a whole lot of time, so they are now used to it. So it's easier for them to be coming early, which I understand. So depend on how you want to see. But for now, I think what Manchester need is productivity more. Productivity, but who leadership?
But let's see what happens with them. They are going to try and buy a striker because, as Noso has said, Højlund and Watkins are not even. I don't know where they are coming from. I don't know where they are
Then
going.
you go come tell me.
I trust the project of
preference,
Højlund
say,
and
man, you have
Zeski.
two strikers.
I trust
How?
the process. I trust the project of
How?
Højlund and Zeski.
He might.
But I feel like they just need somebody in.
I think too. I think they need somebody in. But if they have to buy one more striker, they have to sell either Højlund or Zeski.
None of them goes. They are still young.
I wouldn't
That person
say
will have 2 years on his
I
contract.
can stomach Højlund, but I can never stomach Zeski.
Well, you know that Zeski can play in that Cunha.
If Zeski can play, why are you spending 150 million to get in Mbemo and Cunha? When you also have a Bruno Fernandes as well too. So let's be honest, man. You're overspending on positions that shouldn't be reinvested into. If truly these two guys, you have people. But Baba knows say you don't get anybody. None of them get here, there. So Baba, you have to invest in that position. Last, these guys are fringe players. You call them expendables. They can be let go any season.
One thing I know about it is for Manchester United, they need a number 9.
QAD
and Zeski. They might. I think probably they might try them again this season. But if they finish below top 10, it's going to Manchester United fans going to be angry because look at they have been crying for number 9. Now they are buying a number 9. Everybody's happy. Manchester United knows that they need number 9 because the problem last season, as we talked about yesterday or day before yesterday, is not about conceding, it's about scoring.
It's also about conceding.
I know that they can concede, but if you outscore your opponent, you always have a plus.
Tottenham outscored Manchester United. They still finished with a worse goal record.
Yeah, but only
because they outconcede.
the point is that they still need score goal. Manchester United is not scoring goals.
See, agreed.
Tottenham outscored Man United, and they still outconceded Man United. Man United outscored.
If you look at the numbers, it's not by far.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not by far.
See, like we said, Real Madrid last season were conceding, but they were outscoring you. You go see where Man Madrid they finished match 4-3, 4-2. They were conceding goals, but they were also scoring goals, and they outscore you.
And they finished second.
And they finished second. The same thing.
What I know is that Manchester United needs a striker this season, and probably he should find a way to, because I think he has a good defenders. Butcher is there, that's Martinez is
back
there,
from injury.
Delete is there, Maguire is there, Euro is there, and one other striker they have. I think they have a good defenders. They just need to find a way to make them gel and play well, and find a good striker that will score 30 goals for them. Plus Mbeumo and Cunha, I think they are going to do well if they can find an elite striker, which probably there's no much elite strikers in the market. Apart from sesko, they can just try and buy sesko, but they are not looking to buy sesko. But let's see what Amorim is going to do for Manchester United for next season. Okay, let's go to our YouTube channel before we start taking calls. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports, and Wiz Paparazzi is back. Good morning, Wiz. He's saying Manchester United needs a striker. Jackson is available, not Watkins. Come on. People are just trying to sell off Jackson. Jackson will stay at Chelsea and fight. He's not going anywhere. Okay, 0-0. Welcome to the show. This is the first time I'm seeing your comment. 0, what is this your surname? 0, welcome to the show. He said, hear me out. Isak waited for Ekitike to sign for Liverpool. Ruled them out. GYOKERES confirmed Isak wants to play with his teammate. So Isak will go to Arsenal.
Man, if that happens, that's a good move. If that happens, that's a good move. And that's a move. That's a boss move right there.
Isak to go to Arsenal. I don't think Arsenal can pay 150 million. Arsenal, where everybody know.
That's a boss move.
This how many million, 2 million pounds or 3 million pounds they are talking about?
Better can be different
with GYOKERES. They won't pay 150 million pounds for.
They are not, GYOKERES, they not pay the full money down now.
What I'm saying, Arsenal will not pay anything. Somewhere 100 million pounds for
any player. You are talking from history.
They no pay for the right? Guys. That's the also. Okay, so that's the was, but all the same, I feel like if he wants to go to Arsenal has already dropped the move on what's it called? Easy. That one has died. That rumor has died natural dying. It's done. There's no ability to Arsenal rumor anymore. And not Madueke. So now it's rumors about where will Martinelli be going, because there are still rumors about him going to Saudi. Will Martinelli go to Saudi so that they can use the money and sign Isak?
Martinelli will stay at Arsenal, and Arsenal is not buying Isak. Let's not even go there. Okay, so Please remember to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for joining us on today's show. Thank you for very much for that comment. I don't think that Isak, personally, I don't think that Isak will go to us now, but let's see. Swedish national team, him and GYOKERES, but Arsenal doesn't play with. But let's see, anything can happen in this transfer market. Okay, please remember to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for that comment. And Wiz, welcome to the show. Okay, one more comment here. Adieri, welcome back to the show. He's saying, he's talking about Newcastle. Is a Newcastle fan. He said that 40 million move deal for Newcastle now. Okay, talking about Benjamin Sesko. Sesko should sign for Newcastle United, and wissa deal for Newcastle United. Okay, let's see if that will go through for them. Thank you for joining us on today's show too. Okay, let's take phone calls and get your contribution about all these things we are talking about. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Yeah, hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Name and location, please. Okay, what is your contribution?
Please, I want to ask you a question. This is Arsenal. Is his natural wing? Is he number 9?
You can play both as a winger or as a striker.
He's a striker. I can play from the flanks. Na him be name.
Maybe I can. I want to wear
Na 9 in B. Na 9 in B. He's a forward player, a 9. But I can play from the.
As an Arsenal fan, I don't give it 100% belief that GYOKERES will give Arsenal the cup.
Oh,
The
wow.
point is this: injury might come up. Who is going to replace him when he's injured? Because when he's injured, it's as good as you don't have a number 9 again. So I know my club is very stingy. It started from winger. A winger has transferred the thing to Arteta. You know it's his boy now. So the thing runs in the blood. But however,
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I know where he's trying.
However, they should go and get another striker. Go and get Isak.
Okay, let's see if it's going to happen. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, everybody in the studio.
Good morning.
Good
Name
morning.
and location, please.
Prince from Maryland.
Okay, what's your contribution?
I beg you. Everybody they talk. I don't know what man you do now. This is especially John. What man you do? Hello, John. Hello, John. What man you do?
Like, you don't do anything, no.
How this GYOKERES when they talk? Who trained the boy?
Now your coach now. Now your coach.
Thank you. Thank you. See, if you are saying that Hojland and Zexi cannot produce goals, when the team is down, listen, when the team is down, every single player will be down.
Most
Oh,
times,
wow.
yes, I understand that too.
That is, you can check out Man United, all the players they have been using, all this. If they are young lads, from nowhere you see them. So I believe in, you see this Hojland and Zexi. This man can use them and do something. That is how football is. You can use. So, Abel, let me ask you a question. Then you people are trying to win the Ballon d'Or. Went to Barcelona, he flopped. Look at this man, he's Enrique is using him to do something. So you people should not always be biased about a player.
Okay.
A player can be a world class, can be trained to be a world class.
Okay.
And John is comparing Joao Pedro and Mbeumo. Mbeumo is 100 times better than Joao Pedro.
For your mind.
Anywhere.
For your mind.
In assist, in goals.
No be
Mbeumo
one
has
season.
outscored
Na one
Joao
season,
Pedro.
Okay.
See, he has outscored Joao Pedro in his career.
Oh, wow.
Every year he has scored Joao Pedro. So don't compare both of them. They are far from each other.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right. Thank you very much, Manchester United fans. I believe in your ministry too. I believe that Zeski and Hojlund can do.
I don't believe in your ministry
believe in your ministry
because your manager has not shown any track record of developing any player. And since coming to Manchester United, players have regressed rather than improved.
Well, let's
Go and look at the stats.
Well, next season I don't know. John, leave Manchester United alone.
Go and look at the stats. I am dispassionate about the club, but if you want to come with club sentiments, that suits you, man. But I'm dispassionate about the club. I am talking purely from a first principles statistics and standpoint.
What if he does well next season without this player?
I will celebrate with him, bro. But the bottom line is, bro, if I was on the seat, I would not be keeping these boys on the job.
Okay.
QED.
Well, football is about opinion game, but let's see what he's going to do. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
This is Bishop. I like to answer.
Okay, what is your contribution?
John don't believe in growth, but I do.
Okay.
Yeah, people can grow, people can be the result.
Okay.
Even those who are rushing to pass, somebody made them situation there.
Yeah.
If you people grow, understand. John, I also had arguing, but I have stopped. Demo did not grow only in last season. I watched him. I went to his start. He has played. You know, I did not even know that I played for 5 seasons for this particular club.
6 years.
Yes, I didn't know. I just tried to go to his history and know how he started with them. He came from Wales to join them, even from what they call League One. Sorry, Championship before they came to Premier League. He has grown. In fact, he grew. Apart from when he started, the goals and assists he contributed. It's better the second season, the third season, and the fourth season to the 5th season. The guy grew. That is my point. He grew, not like he just performed from nobody came from nowhere. People grew. That is number one thing I want to explain. Somebody can grow. Yes, some of them didn't perform last season. If you look at it, Royal, that's the argument of now. So Royal did better in his first season. How come he depreciated in the second season? Something happened. Which means that he can also get back to where he was. Somebody can grow. That is just the point.
Okay.
But that's we are rushing to buy Isak, this one. But this is why John don't believe in development and growth that it's not in their team record. They hardly see someone develop them. They believe in those stars and they have come and prove and work and do something. One, but it's as much as it is that sometimes it's for you to beat those who can give you. If you cannot have patience for them to grow to that extent, it's better you buy those ones you want. But from you, I believe that someone can grow and can develop.
Okay. All right.
Bishop, I like the fact
much.
that you are now a believer of development, because Manchester United have never believed in development going back the last 2 decades.
Okay, let's see. Anybody can change.
Yeah, you see, I've never believed in.
I like the fact you're a believer now, because it used to be Manchester United shopping across the Premier League.
John said that our coach had not developed any players. Listen, let me give you examples. The Nuno Mendes you are hearing today coming from Sporting Academy.
Power Mafa.
Under Ruben
Amorim.
Listen.
Manuel Ugarte.
How many seasons has Ruben Amorim been at Sporting that he's now the one developing Nuno Mendes and co? Come on, man.
Listen, calm down, man. Hakimi you are hearing today comes from Academy of Sporting under Ruben Amorim.
Oh wow.
I don't agree with you on Hakimi.
Thank
you.
you.
Call Manuel Ugarte.
Manuel Ugarte. There are a lot of sporting players trained.
Okay, let me explain this thing. Thank you. Let me explain this now about coaching Sporting Lisbon and Manchester United. So most times is a dicey thing. I keep saying this because at Sporting you could have time to develop players. At Manchester United, you can be developing and you're not getting results, and they will sack you. That's the problem. That's why Chelsea. All the big team buy.
They are only trying
Don't
to
come and tell me anything about developing anybody, because it doesn't even happen at Manchester United.
They are only trying to
now buy them, they buy, they develop.
Because now your debunker said Man United does not develop.
Simple.
And over the years, every single season at Manchester United, you have at least 2 academy graduates playing for the first team. Every single season for the past 25, for the past 3 decades.
2 academy graduates out of how many produced that year? Out of 40 or 30 or out of 15?
Not even one.
Please, spare me.
Not even one. Every season
is in Manchester United
You have-
spent more
for
than
the
500
past-
million
See,
For
in
the
transfers.
past,
What are we
you said for
saying,
the past
man?
2 decades, and I'm telling you,
What
for the
are we
past 3
saying, man?
decades,
Let me explain
it has been like that.
Please
Okay.
spare me, man.
Wait,
Spare me
at
that
the end of
stuff.
the day,
So, at the end of the day,
That's capping right there, man.
everybody,
spare me that.
every big club buys,
Mm.
and
QED.
every big club develop players.
And how many times the
Fully.
other noisy
For
neighbors
example-
have developed
for
players that
example-
you've seen
for
in the past 2
example-
decades?
For example, Manchester United can promote 2 or 3 players. Like Kobe Meno at recently is from the academy. He's playing for the first team. Phil Foden for Manchester City is playing for the first team.
Thank you.
What they
Best
do for
in
Arsenal.
1,000
I'm not saying
years.
that
Palmer
most
is our
times-
product. Yeah, I can
most
give
times-
you
Is
a
it play?
litany
I
of
said
names.
for your team. For
You
your
know
team.
me?
I'm not
Is
saying
it
you promote.
development?
I'm not
Not
saying promote
development
player
with
and
that.
sell.
It's
How many matches did they play for your
Chelsea do
team?
not develop and keep in the team. That's not. Do they develop? Yes. But for you to come in here and tell me wide-eyed that Amorim being the first team manager for Sporting Lisbon for how many years is the brain behind the development of this talent you are calling, bro, you are wrong. QED.
If you are coaching a big team, most times
You're wrong,
they
man.
just buy and probably give one or two times in the season, or probably in a couple of seasons, a young player might come up. But
By happenstance, by injury.
everything just buys to make them make
Simple.
sure that they stay afloat. Because if you keep hoping that young players will develop, every other person might buy and just disappear. For example, look at Liverpool. Most of their academic players don't even play first team football. They keep buying. I understand that players need to buy. Sometimes they need to buy. Sometimes they need to develop. If you have an exceptional player in your academy like Yamal, they will break through. But if they are not exceptional, it is going to be hard. So it depends on how you see it. But coaching Sporting and Manchester United are always 2 different things. Maybe Amorim might not have that luxury or time to wait for how long to develop. They need to fix it. That's just the difference. But for Sporting, it's possible for them to just wait.
Baba needs to fix him because his job is on the line.
It depends on how they want to see it. But for Manchester United, they still need either they hope Holland will do better next season, or they have to buy another striker. Okay, John, please go to our YouTube channel and read some of the comments on our YouTube channel, because you the host now.
Waiting. Oh no, there the couple.
We're going to read some of the comments on our YouTube
development.
channel.
They whine me. Yes, where am I starting from? Okay. Wiz Paparazzi Beats is saying Manchester United fans no one agree. They get hurt, Sha. Okay. Then Kenzie, welcome back to the channel. Good morning, guys in the studio. Any transfer news or signing for Chelsea? We gave that update, and Chelsea right now looking for investments they can invest in, and some of these investments are young players under 20, and they are buying a couple of them. Moving on, Rodrigo Caceres, welcome to the channel. I think this is your first time on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. He's saying Isak to Liverpool. Here we go soon. Ekitike plus Isak is crazy. I like that vibe. Okay. Kenzie is also saying happy birthday to you, John. God bless your new age. Yes, thank you, man. Thank you so much. And then finally, Barry is saying, I still want to ask, have Chelsea completed the deal of Xavi Simons? Because I can't wait to see him playing at my club. He's a good player, better than Yamal and Saka. Okay. Chelsea haven't.
Another comment, Jojo Chukwuebuka just dropped another comment now. It's saying, okay, see, bias analysis. So it's not always right to leave what you have for external succors. What you have inside, with the notion that it's not enough, may actually be better than what you are bringing in. Well, depending on how you want to see this bringing up young players or not, because most times they don't work. Most times, sometimes at Chelsea, how many young players are there? The most time, it's even better for them to go on loan and come back and see what they can do in other smaller clubs before you can bring them up. Look at what they did with Colwell or somewhere when you went on loan and came back to Chelsea. So, okay, thank you for all the comments on our YouTube channel. Let me read some of the comments again. Barry said, good morning, guys in the studio. Liverpool wants to sell Nunes and bring Ekitike. What difference between both players? They are the same. This is wrong transfer. I think Liverpool have done. They have to decide them themselves, because 0-0 is back. It says Sesko should prove himself at Newcastle. Then Arsenal can bully Newcastle to selling Sesko since Arteta likes him. Okay, let's see what happens if that will happen. Thank you all for today's show. Thank you for the calls. Thank you for the comments on our YouTube channel. Tomorrow we're going to back again for transfers. I know that everybody has one their stay, especially for their club. But tomorrow we'll open the phone line because Nigerian women are playing the finals tomorrow too.
Yeah.
The Women African Cup of Nations tomorrow. We're going to talk about that too. Hopefully that they are going to win that trophy because when it comes to African football, women are the best. So hopefully they are going to win that competition tomorrow. Thank you guys again for being part of today's show. Tomorrow we'll come back again for another lovely banter show tomorrow. My name is Godwin and have a wonderful day.
Enugu, and welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage.
Okay, guys, if you are here, please remember to subscribe to our channel
and like the video.
Please subscribe to our channel. Rodrigo, I can see you. Rodrigo, I can see you. Zero, I can see you too. Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for joining us on today's show. Thank you very much, guys. I can see a whole lot of people here on our show. Thank you very, very, very much. I'll see you guys tomorrow by 8 a.m. Nigerian time. We'll be back here. Please turn on the notification on our channel. Subscribe, turn on the notification so that once we go live, you will get the notification that we are live, so you can join and drop your comments. Thank you guys for today. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you very, very, very much. We really appreciate you joining us on today's show.
Exclusively on